Hey, what's going on, folks? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT Champion. So, looks like I'm about to be pulling in for having for today's special event for a custom race on GT Sports. So, I'll be able to have all of my finest vehicles I've ever used for it because, well, most of it are definitely custom livery and the others are definitely color variations. So, well, I kind of think for a surprising guest for today that I just finally received the Lamborghini Huracan LP610 for 2013. So this is a special gift that's definitely giving the bright perfect color because this is a definitely fine blue Lamborghini for a Huracan for it. So looks like I'll be able to be starting out in single count in order. So first up is I'm going to use the Corvette C7 Group 3. Then the second is the Amuse S2000 GT1 Turbo. So definitely the third one is my custom-made F-150 Raptor. Was definitely quite very good with my Total Drama set rep character on it. Then probably the F1 W08 EQ Power Plus Color Variation 2017. So this is going to be quite giving a good choice for having a fine F1 race, so it'll be able to use it on the Red Bull Ring. Next up is the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. So I just always use it for the Porsche Cup event because this is going to be quite fine for a perfect one-make race event. And even so, time to take the drifting course. We're using the Falcon Turn 14 Distribution VRC 2017, so this is going to be good for having some fine drifting practicing for it. Okay, so I'm still got a few more that I'm about to be using for it. Oh yeah, even so that I'm using the Ford GT 2016 with a fully blue with side stripes on it. So this is definitely finding efficient like the other Ford GT colors. And then looks like I'm using the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport for having a Group 4 race. So probably that I'm still trying to scroll down to find some different custom-made designs I just made for myself. Well, also the Total Drama fan art libraries is definitely quite very customized to be a May sport. So I'm still trying to go for it. And oh yeah, almost forgot I'm going to use the Bugatti Veyron Group 4 for having this moment for it, because that was a lot of it. And also, of course, the GT by Citroen Race Car Group 3 will be next on the list for it. So I kind of think I still got plenty other cars I just got from the gift card event for it, but, well, even so that this is going to be a lot of plenty more designs for it, because most of them are non-custom made or not. So I kind of think this will be able to be starting out for it. So I'll just have to be able to think how many cars I go use. So there's one. Well, I kind of think I'll be able to start with the number of events that I'm about to go with. So looks like first up is the Corvette C7 Group 3 for number 1. So this is going to be quite very good to do it. Well, even so, I'm just going to have to take a practice so I'll be able to do it right. So first up, going on to Blue Moon Bay Speedway Infield Course A for having a 5-lap challenge, because this is going to be quite getting in for impressive for it. So looks like 5 laps is going to be do it just fine. So I'll be able to be prepared for doing a lot of preparations for it. Penalties will be able to be turned on, and this will be do it just fine. So it will be able to do not any damage for it. Just want to make sure to do a double check in case this is going to be giving a little bit of hard caution for it. Well, I kind of think that everybody's always celebrates special days for it, because I'm just kind of to keep it better for it, but they always want to do better things or not, because that could be giving a little bit of a less common interesting for it. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna have to have a little bit of ordinary gameplay event for all of you guys, just having for entertainment. So looks like I'll be able to get ready to do some quick setting for it. Okay, so everything's good. So racing medium's checked. Now looks like time for race 1 on Blue Moon Bay. So even so, I'm just gonna have to do with a rolling start, so I'll be able to do it just fine. So this is gonna be quite getting a little bit excited to impress with. Okay, looks like all Group 3 cars are on the rolling start and go by one singular line. And this is gonna be all just where it begins. Time for Hyperion-Blue-GT to have his special event for a special gameplay, folks. Well, anyway, for how that I'm still using the Racing Medium compound tires, so this is going to be quite getting a little bit impressive for it. Okay, glad to be able to be excited. And then it will be quite getting a little bit nice and easier. So probably the brake balance is definitely still on 3, so I'll be able to do just fine. So I'm just gonna have to be very smooth and very cautionable if I had to race to win. Okay, looks like that might be good. 9 more to go, and looks like BMW M6 are definitely quite getting a little bit excited for having a hard challenge for it. So looks like this is going to be going nice and easy for it. Okay, so we'll have my interior switch. Just want to make sure. I could probably have to use the apex to keep an eye out. Okay, stay on it. Just make sure to have the left stick and also give a little bit of a spin out away hold for it. Another successful pass, now catching on to the last top 3. It looks like this is going to be a little halfway there, folks. There we go, so keep at it. Watch out for the Nissan GTR, just make sure to have a little clear pass. Now, only got 6 gaps to go. I'll be able to keep an eye out on the red mark because I'm on 3rd place currently for it. Okay, now let's keep it charged up for a little bit more speed for it. Just keep dealing with the blind corner. It looks like I also saw 2 BMW M6 coming in for it. The Walking Forest Motorsport and the M-Power GTE Pro. Now let's just go and catch it up. Okay, so looks like I'm on the 3 gap away, just giving a little bit more better time. Okay, 4th lap is definitely quite getting really there, so I'll be able to do giving a little bit of hard pace is left for it. Okay, looks like I'm getting closer in. Now pass on the M-Power first and then the Walking Forest Nerver Twin 24-hour race car. Steady. And we launched and then have another steady hold. Step I could probably putting on the recent hard tires, that will be getting a little bit more challenging. So this is going to be quite giving the one ultimate dream team racing team that I just made for myself for it. It also quite coming down for all the lists I'm about to be putting on for it on YouTube. Then looks like final lap is gonna be quite coming in closer. Well, I guess that I should probably have to use the Lamborghini Huracan blue color because this is definitely just giving the rightful gift for a very perfect supercar for me. Now it looks like this is going to be quite very good to be doing a little bit pro job at it. Now looks like only got a few more corners left and go back in on the speed corner. Well, even so, having a hard challenge with two BMW M6 is definitely quite getting extremely difficult. So it always gives a head start by the lead. So it looks like this is going to be giving a little bit better, and looks like that's the first race down complete, thanks to me and my Corvette. So definitely that was a fine, most favorite vehicle that I just used in GT Sport. Just having a nice Corvette with a blue and a fine replica of the C Generation 6 model of the Corvette CR1. So it looks like this is going to be quite very good for standard earnings, and looks like this is all done for now. So definitely 5 laps is definitely quite giving an excited fun for it. So I'll be able to do a little car change to see if there are different standard production cars that's going to be in it. Well, I kind of think that it will be able to have random cars in a different category selection to be able to choose when you're having a custom race. Well, I kind of think that was very quick, I thought it was. So looks like next up on the race is the Tokyo Expressway Central Outer Loop. Now this time it's going to be a night time to be remembered for it. Well, even in that case, I also used it for the last video segment because that will be able to use for the Amuse Honda S2000 tuned car for it. That will be able to be drive fast against the supercars and the hypercars. But, well, it is a tuned car, will also to be driven, and it's definitely made by Power Horse Amuse by using a Honda S2000 to make it like a GT1 turbo car for it. So it looks like the Amuse is definitely start on second place, and it looks like I'm on the last. So probably I'm still doing a rolling start, so I'll make sure I'll be able to exit out for it. Alright, looks like all in places in formation, and then let's get started. Alright, so keep it on in, just do it nice and easy for it. Okay, all cars are taking on the green light for a go. Now, looks like this is going to be quite easier to be prepared to be past this race without taking a lot of collisions. Okay, so it looks like it's going to take one space at a given time for it. So definitely the S2000 hood is definitely placed on the carbon fiber hood rather than the base color. Well, good thing it has seen it in GT6 without the carbon fiber, but it is definitely compatible to be used since the PS3 era. But in GT Sport, carbon fiber hood is definitely quite putting in a different way rather than the standard color base. Okay, so definitely this is quite very handling and quite very speed challenging for it. Well, maybe most of it. It also has to bring any JDM vehicles over to the expressway on Tokyo night. but also the gauges is definitely seen on the right on the interior view. Well, maybe a case that you guys already know about the interior detail view for it. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a quick showcase for it. Okay, looks like I'm on the second lap. Now, only had to take a little singular pass on the white at Venator. Porsche 911 GT3 RS is definitely quite going in for it, just giving a little extreme fast for it. But also quite very good with the handling corners for it. Go and watch out for the DB11. Okay, very good. So watch out, don't hit the rear bumper view on the 177. Because always have to make sure, because every cardio battle on Tokyo Night and also has a little one-on-one race challenge for it. So keep an eye out for it, because I'm still trying to make sure to keep it a little bit strutty path for it. There you go. Looks like third lap is gonna be on its way to be reached up to the last top two. Ooh, that's better, and looks like there's the orange S2000 trying to catch up to the LaFerrari. Now let's just go and make a little pass. And before that, I'll be able to use the headlight flash to make the attention on the LaFerrari, so that will be keeping me a little bit excited for it. Okay, looks like just getting a little bit much closer before, after I'm about to take the second tunnel in. Boom! You just been spotted, LaFerrari. Now let's race. Okay, well, looks like challenge accepted. Now let's get going and do this thing. Okay, looks like that might be good, and it looks like the orange S2000 GT1 just crashed the party. Just really wants to ruining the challenge. Go back in on the first tunnel and then just keep some speed going on at it. That's better, so I kind of think this is going to be quite being a little bit of good handling move set for it. Just keep an eye out on the barriers for it. You'll be able to keep it on an eye watch for it, in which if it definitely takes a lot of damage. And okay, so it looks like the orange S2000 definitely comes in for it. Now let's just gonna have to do it nice and easy to keep the slide turn going. Here it is, last lap is going to be quite going in. Well, definitely the LaFerrari just definitely called the white flag for giving a little taste of a quick night race challenge for it. So this is going to be quite good for it because the Amuse S2000 always takes the win for it. Hypercars can also to go back to challenging supercars for a little standard race challenge. So it looks like just keep taking some few more turns left to go, and then now passing in on the second tunnel, now go to the third. Stay at it. Now go back on the upper field and reach the final turn on the right. Okay, there you go. Now here comes the checker flag, and the S2000 wins for a night race challenge in Tokyo Expressway. Just like the last video, and this is definitely just do it all over again. So definitely just standard earnings might be able to come up for it. So that might be good, and daily workout is finally finishing up and complete. So I kind of think that I might be able to do a little bit next change of vehicle, so I could also to pick. So let's go with the Ford F-150 Raptor I'm just gonna use. And now, time to get ready to hit the dirt for a 5-lap challenge. So I kind of think that a single clip can also to be adding by 3 rounds to save it in and continuing on for the second. So this is going to be quite very good for having a little special episode for it. Now, I kind of think that putting up for the next round is going to be racing at Colorado Springs Lake. So this will be quite very good to go and race at the evening time, where the perfect clear skies will be just giving it a little bit impressive. So this time, the next mystery opponent that I'm going to race up with is going to be quite pretty excited to see. So, looks like the RX-7 GTS FC is my challenger. This is going to be quite good to see if the FR vehicle can also to take off-road. Now, just get everything set. All options are definitely good. Now, looks like it's time to get ready to go. Perhaps the RX-7 can also take the head start. So it looks like the big truck is gonna have to go do it to be the expert for it. Okay, take a little bit of right turn to be quite going in. Yeah, pickup truck all-wheel drive rocks the dirt in America, because it also gives a little taste of traction for an off-road challenge. Now for this one, because this will be able to do a little bit pretty excited to take the challenge with racing up against the Group B race cars. Well, definitely rally cars are quite very good to drive on the dirt. Well, eventually the Audi Sport S1 Quattro Pikes Peak always be the main challenger for this race. So what about any other different Group B cars like Subaru WRX or Nissan GTR or maybe the Mitsubishi Lancer? Well, any other Group B rally cars are always comes for a little different random pick, but they always go pro to race with the Audi S1 Quattro. That is definitely a classic Group B rally car that's definitely quite good pro since the 1980s was dominating at the Pikes Peak Challenge. So I'll be able to do just very fine to take it easy on the RX-7. So this is going to be quite very good for a simple off-road challenge. Okay, so it looks like that might be good for the JTM car. So it looks like second lap going in. I'm still in second place to keep him a little safer on. very good closer in. There you go, F-150 Raptor comes in first place. So definitely, yeah, I just used the blue color of the F-150 Raptor so I can make it as a fine UDRS library. So in that case, you should probably check it out on my wiki of fandom about any kinds of good vehicles that you want to see, because this one is marked UDRS library design on it, because it also supports and represents the faction with any kinds of various vehicles that might be good on the tarmac, and also the dirt tracks can also be good at it. Well, I kind of think I might be able to give a little bit of much better upgrade on the rear section. So I'll just have to make it a fine update for the library for it. But still, this one is definitely stage 1 design variant. I'll be able to make a better variant design as a stage 2 design. So I kind of think that this will be able to make a flying goal distance to be reached up over to 100 miles or more. So this is going to be quite very important, but well, I kind of think that if I can also deploy a live stream event with a caution server error, that will be bad news for me, but it also ruining the moment. Well, I kind of think I should probably able to stick with the standard video clips, so that will be better. So there will be no trouble at all. Okay, so looks like third lap is gonna be the middle of the lap. RX-7 is still going on for it. So this is going to be good. So just give it a little bit of nice and cruising around, and well, maybe I should probably have to do something else. Very extremely turn up an off-road extreme event for it. I'm just gonna have to do old school style or definitely standard rally racing to be able to do just fine. Okay, there's a couple of bumps that I just feel for it. Now it looks like I'm coming in for it. Fourth lap is going to be very closer. So anyway, I'm still on the goal for the historic race car for participating for the next GT League event. Well, I'm still trying to get the 20 million vehicle, but everybody always has one, but they just always know the collective to be reached up by total amounts. But well, I kind of think this is going to take a little bit for hours. So I won't be go very hard to stack up some more credits by taking a lot of hours forever. Well, I just gotta say that it takes 24 hours to have an endurance race like Le Mans and the Nürburgring. But I kind of think that how to make more credits on each sport will be getting a little bit much easier for it. Well, maybe just leave this to the expert because they already know to get it because they're just quite good at it. Okay, looks like having a little bit of scroll time with the RX-7 is definitely quite good. One gap away is definitely quite giving a little bit better practice for it. Okay, take a slide right and then slide left. looks like we're almost there. Final lap is gonna be on its way. Yet, this is going to be quite very good for having an ultimate dream team racing style board. So it'll be able to give it all I got to master any kinds of vehicles that I'm be able to use it for it. Well, it's only just for a matter of fun, for giving a little entertainment to support me on it. So this is going to be able to drive very nice and slow to go pro at it. Just giving a little bit of time to stroll at the track. Just give it a little bit of Mother Nature's quite giving a little support for any motorsport for it. The trees are nice, and definitely if there are birds just flying around for it, they just love to chirp and give a nice tasteful for a cheer. Looks like almost there, just only got a few more corners left. Take some slide turns whenever you need it. Okay, looks like I'm finally made it at the checker flag, and the F-150 Raptor made it at last. Now this is going to be quite very good for an all-wheel drive for it. F-Arc vehicles should also need to have the safety on for it. So, looks like the clean race bonus is definitely double up for it. That was quite very impressive to see it. So, 43.9 miles. So, looks like I'll be able to take a break until, well, I'm still going to be continuing on for it because this is all special event for it. So it looks like no sign of a historic race car that was gonna ring the bell. It looks like the Mazda Intensa is definitely quite giving in for a next received gift. Well, I'll just have to be quite 1% chance for it by next time. Well, I kind of think that I'll be able to do putting a board, but I just kind of think the first 3 rounds is definitely quite getting in for it. So I'm still trying to go on for it. So next up is the F1 W08 EQ Power Plus color variation for a 1 MIG race. Then the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. And then the drip car on the Subaru BRZ. So this will be able to have for it. But the first 3 rounds I'm going to have all of it. Race car, tune car, and pickup truck. And now, next up is the F1, the Porsche, and the drip car. So this is going to be quite very excited to be amazed for it. And then, next up later is the Ford GT and the 2 Group 4 cars and the GT by Citroen race car. So I'll make sure that this will be able to do just fine until I'll be able to continuing on for it. So don't go away, folks. I'll just be able to add another clip until I'll be putting on for it. So I'll just have to be right back, folks. I'm about to take a break. Alright, folks, looks like I'm ready to go for next up of the blue vehicle is the Mercedes AMG F1 W08 EQ Power Plus color variation. And now this is going to be quite very prepared to be amazed, and this is going to be quite giving a little bit difficult. Well, I used a total of distance, so I could probably have to give some practicing moment for it. So, looks like it's time to get ready to go for Red Bull Ring for the 4th round for this segment, and this is going to be quite very intense. So, looks like this is going to be quite difficult to race with several F1 cars. So, looks like I'll be able to do with a grid start. Then time to go professional, and then all the penalties will be set to be on except the replaced cars. to be able to be doing this like F1 racing style board. So 10 laps is going to be quite very prepared. And well, I know this is going to be a one big bumpy ride for me for this one board. Because even so, I kind of think that 2 new rounds of the Mercedes-AMG Grand Prix will be able to be coming up on the September updates, because this is going to be quite very surprised to be prepared, and also just let all the rough moments be able to be spared. Well, I kind of think this is going to be quite challenging for any other F1 cars, so looks like got no choice to have something to stay on the 100 range. Now, I kind of think might be has to do something to do a change of plans. So I might be able to go and stick with the Untitled. So this is going to be quite good. So TCS should be able to stay on 5, and then this will be able to do just fine. Okay, so just want to make sure that everything is about to be prepped up and ready to go. Now, let's see and find out for it. Okay, looks like this is going to be good. TCS is now going to stay at 5. So, I really guess that this will be able to do just keeping a maintained balance for it. So, this is going to be quite very good. So, transmission gears can also stay on default if this is going to be quite comfortable for this F1 car. So I kind of think this current goal that I just take some practicing for it, well, I just kind of think that practice makes perfect for having the F1 car for it. So, well, I just kind of think I'll just take 2 practicing for having some drills for it, but it's not that kind of a big deal. Every racer can also take practice, so they'll be able to do it just right. So just stay at it whenever you're going to have to be caution aware. There you go. Looks like 8th gear, just keep on the max and then hold on until just reach on over to the last corner, just to make sure this will be able to do just practicing. Well, I kind of thinking there was, so I just still trying to be able to work on for having a total distance of 300 miles for having a full milestone for it. Well, especially the 2 practicing for it, but I kind of think I also take the 2 parts for it because it also needs to do some more brilliant performance. It looks like 8 gap is going to be going away for a shorter time. And then the worst part is, you might be able to be careful when you're at turn 3. Turn 3 is definitely quite very difficult whenever you're going to have to take a slight collision effect by having a little bit of problem for it before the yellow flag calls out by giving a no passing zone. Stay on the apex while you can, and this is going to be quite getting good at it. Okay, so it looks like this is going to be getting a little bit steep closer in on turn 1. Now keep going uphill on turn 2. So this is going to be quite very steeper to be able to go in and slow it and relaunch again. Okay, so stay at the 30 mile when you're at turn 2. So this is going to be quite very good to see it. Yeah, definitely that is the hard part on turn 3. That also slows down at a short amount of time. That could cause a lot of pressure when you're using the F1 car. so come on. Just put it together, Hyperion-Blue. Just put it together, because this is going to be giving a lot of patience. Well, I know I'm just going to have to take some concentration for it, but it is going to be quite very harder to drive fast as possible. Okay, now it looks like keep decreasing the gap, and now it's going to be go away on 10, and now moving on to the decrease effect. Okay, that's bad news for our first gear, and now just relaunch again. So this is going to be giving a little bit more practicing for it. Well, every time when having a custom race board taking some practice, well, this is going to be quite getting a little bit better for it. So I just definitely made a new attempt, because this is going to be quite getting in by making a better start for it. Okay, looks like F1 cars are still keep getting in for a better good on the last turn. Move on in for the pit lap, and halfway there. Better have to keep at it until this will be able to do it just fine. Now this one might be very good safer in for it to be called in. So we launch again, then going on over to turn 3. Well, looks like the F1's worst part for it, because this is going to be quite getting in to be very cautious. Easier spin out would be the fine easy target for this turn. Okay, looks like this is going to be good. Now, looks like I'm on the 6th. Okay, now, looks like tally up to be drafted on the yellow F1. Now, looks like I'm on the 5th. Just only got some fuel concentration and keep the pressure amount to be going on ahead. 6 laps is definitely quite getting a little bit much easier to be closer in. Okay, that might be good. Second gear can also give it a little bit of safe call whenever, if there's a problem for it. That might be bad news. Okay, stay on the S turns while you're using the apex. That will be giving just very good corner for it. Okay, it looks like I'm on 4th now. All I have to do is to overtake the 3rd place F1 car. So close. I almost spin me out by giving a little apex bump. Okay, first gear might be giving a little bit of slow call. That'll be automatically launch again. Okay, watch it. Just keep an eye out on the front wheels if there's a problem going on. that's good. Now, that might be very good that I'm currently on 3rd place to be moved in. Now, all I got is to deal with the last 2 fast F1 cars. And then it looks like this is going to be giving a little bit more warm-up time, so this is the 3rd time that I've been taking this practice before taking in for the next update. Two gaps is going to be very close to them, folks. Looks like I can smell it. Okay, that'll be able to give a little bit of quick time, and then 1 gap increased. Now the other will be decreased shortly. Stay careful. Just make sure, just have the S turns while you can. Hoo hoo hoo. That gives it a little bit of turn kick back in. Okay, looks like I'm getting closer in. Only got 3.3 gaps away until we reached up on the 1. Hope this is going to be giving a little bit of hard aggressive, but then, man, that increases back in again. Bummer, this is going to be giving a little bit of hard time. Okay, so change of plans. It's like brake balance still going on in 5, and then this is going to be 1 step closer up ahead before this is going to be very prepared for the intense, and then, no. Man, this is going to be quite harder than ever to take in for. Just a reminder, folks, 4th round is going to get some practicing on for having F1 race. This is going to be quite giving a little bit more difficult to beat this race board. Okay, even so, looks like I'm really going to have to climb up to the top 3, so this is going to be it for the final lap. Well, definitely the most fast lap I've taken is a minute and 12.790 seconds. If anything goes happening for it, because this is going to be quite going for having some hard drill exercise for it. Okay, 2 F1 cars are almost there to reach the checker flag board, because somehow driving the F1s are definitely quite getting a little bit intense and difficult on the Red Bull Ring. Okay, so it looks like I'm getting a little bit closer in. Well, that was a very safer call for it. Well, I'm really guess that practice complete for the F1 training section for it. So, looks like this is going to be giving a little bit time for it. But you know, it's just having some warm-up, so it may be able to cost out a bit because, well, 104 miles is definitely quite giving the word for it. So, looks like I'll be able to change the car for the next one. So, the F1 might need a lot of more work to do it. So, looks like time to go with the Porsche 911 GT 3RS for the next round board. I hope this is going to be a 1-make event. But this is going to be quite very interesting to be amazed for it. Bingo! Looks like this is going to be a quite good one for it. So probably the short one is going to be quite slightly in for. Well, I wonder, so I really guess that exiting out of the event and then start having a new one for it. So looks like this is going to be quite getting a little bit slightly difficult for it. So looks like up to the Nürburgring Nordschleife Airbase for the next round for it. So this is going to be quite possible for having a one lap warm-up race for it. So looks like 4 cars I just used now for the 5th one. So I really guess I'm buying it for having a one lap race. So this is going to be quite good. And also the 1 make race is definitely quite possible for it. So I might be able to do practicing for one event on the Porsche Cup. Well, I kind of think that I just did 3 rounds of the endurance event. So this might be very good for a while. So looks like this may come up for having 1 lap of the race, because all Porsche are now officially in for having a warm-up session on practice section number 4. Well, this is going to be fun to see it. Okay, it's on. So looks like this practicing is gonna get a little bit of 1 lap moment. So it looks like it's gonna get ready to do it. Well, I'm still putting on the racing hard tire, so this might be good. Now let's go and beat all the Porsches until the end of this lap. Okay, now they're all in. Just taking 1 lap around the track, and this will be able to do just having a 1-hour training session for it. Well, I kind of think if the Nürburgring is going to be a 1-hour endurance race for the Porsche car for it. So stay at it while you can. So definitely official colors are still just fine. So it'll be able to do it nicely for it. Okay, now let's make a launch and then keep passing 2 purple Porsche, and then this might be able to do it. Just reach to the hilltop to make a little jump. Now going on over to the wide straight turn, and then this will be able to do just fine. Well, looks like this is going to be getting a little bit rough bumping around here. So I should probably have to keep a little bit of eye on for having a little stability control. Okay, so let's make a little bit struggle pass for it, and then this might be able to do it 1 squeeze pass in at a time. Whoa, man. Oh, man, that was so close. I can't believe it. That was a little bit sharp called in, and then well, just a scratch for it, by the way. I'm just gonna have to keep on alarming on for it. Okay, well, looks like that might be a little bit scary call for it. Now, looks like only got a few more turns to be able up ahead. Now, 4 more Porsche to go. just giving a little bit of more warm-up training session over here. Okay, now pass on to the silver one, and then, well, looks like purple, white, and orange, of course, all combinations of official colors together for us means a better chance to make it blue for first place. Now keep going up and hard, and then this will be just fine. Pull another brake. Yeah, I'm still using the racing hard tires because this is going to be quite getting a little bit much faster. Oh, okay, so close. That almost giving a little bit of wide open squeeze in pass. Now, looks like this is the time to give it a little bit of hard brake and then proceed over to a few turns and then the carousel that I'm about to go for. And here it comes for first place. Now it looks like just give it a little bit slow time and stay at the 45-mile range, then launch back in for another run. Ah, very good. Looks like I love the smell of the good runs for the Porsche in the morning. This will give it a little bit much freestyle turns to be able to do nice and hold. Looks like we're almost there. It's definitely reached up on the third part of the section over here. Be careful. Now, looks like we'll be able to do a little bit much steeper in. Then, use the double cones as a main cue. Almost there to get out of the tough turns. Now heading on over to the long straight means catching up until the final turn is about to get coming in for it. Okay, now have the flower bed corner, should be able to do it just rightly. Now, looks like I'm out of the turn. Now, going on to the long straight. Now, let's see how fast this gear can go much faster to reach up the 7th gear or not. Okay, looks like I'm on the 184 miles. So, it looks like this has gone behind for it. Looks like this is going to be good for 7th gear. And here comes the hard part. Just going to have to do a mad crazy stunt for it. And head for the east brake. Okay, well, definitely I might be able to do another stunt here. Okay, actually, I might be able to do a little practice stunt before this is going to be quite very good at it, but well, that was a failed attempt. Looks like just finally got first place for it. But no offense guys, but always has to drive like a pro, so this is going to be quite good at it. So, looks like another good earnings is definitely quite pleased. And then this is going to be quite good at it. So, looks like the Porsche is definitely good. Time to go, time trial racing. So, definitely time trial. Well, definitely drip trial. I mean, this is going to be quite very good for it. So, looks like first up I might be able to go and take a little bit of drift. Well, maybe Circuit de Saint Clerix can also have good sectors for having a little bit of drift challenge. So, looks like time to grab my Subaru UDRS drift team BRC could also to go in for, because this is going to be quite pretty and excited for it. Where's my library? Okay, well, maybe this will be able to grab it by main appearance for it. Oh, that might be on the blue mark. There you go. Looks like this is going to be quite very good. Time for UDRS to go for another drifting challenge. This will be quite pretty to be amazed, you guys. Drifting on Circuit de Saint Clerix is gonna get a lot of pretty more clipping points to be able. Yeah, I just definitely made my drift car to become a racing drift machine, so this is gonna be quite good. So looks like everything's quite good for the settings, and then looks like 1,000 horsepower might be good for it. So even so, this is going to be takes for only 2 sectors for it. So here we go, and let's kick it up a notch. Okay, so definitely that was a bad part for it. So I might be able to do 3 attempts. So this is going to be quite, do it nicely. Very good, so it looks like this is a good score set on 7,322 points. Now, looks like round 1 is finally complete. Now time to go round 2. Bring me some best score that I just really want to get. Because I'm ready to do some more skills. Okay, so that was a bad drift turn. Always gonna have to make it good, so probably the brake balance can also give a little bit of help. Okay, so let's try it, and then this is gonna be good. Very good, and looks like this is gonna be quite very easier. So, looks like new score set has been made. That could be climbed up to be 8,486 points. Now, looks like this is going to be quite good to reach up to the final round of this section, because this is going to be quite very good, folks. Okay, so looks like this is going to be quite, turns out to be different slightly. Okay, bad turn. Maybe let's try again. Have to do it right, so first have to find some groove. Finding a better groove is definitely important technique. So let's see it. Oh, so close to 10,000. Well, looks like that was a new score set for it. That was so close to reach it. Well, looks like this is definitely just giving a little bit of fine warm-up for it. So probably for having a drift trial, two tracks might be able to be good for it. So looks like this is gonna be quite getting in for having a different round for it. So looks like this is gonna be quite prepared to be amazed. And then, well, probably, well, maybe let's go with a Red Bull Ring short track. So this might be better for it. So looks like time to get some fine 10,000 drip points to be reached up, to be exact. Well, I'm really taking some hard drip practice for it, because this is going to be quite better to be shown for it. So definitely drip set is definitely maybe turned on for it. So probably, well, fifth gear might be able to do it just fine, so I should probably have to stick with the fourth gear. So that might be quite very technique challenging for it by default. So 2 sectors on Red Bull Ring short track, and this is going to be quite very difficult to be seen. Okay, so that was a late point. Got to do it to get everything set. Okay, so this is going to be good. Ooh, 5,000 drip point range. That is very good. So this is 8,000 points. That might be giving a little bit good start for it. Now, great. Stage 1 complete. Now time for stage 2 to get set. But this time, I hope this is going to be quite very efficient to be made. Ouch. Okay. Bad damage. Restart. Gonna have to do it right without hitting any obstacles. Clipping points always be important, so it has to do it right. Okay, very good. Now, looks like this is going to be quite good, and then so close to beat the new best score. So definitely the current goal is going to be reached over to 10,000 drip points. So looks like time for the final stage to see how I'm going to do it right. So this is going to be quite pretty impressive. Okay, definitely the hard barrier is definitely going to be quite very hard to master it. Okay, so first sector is definitely the hard part. Second one is the safer one. So I guess that the hard versus soft is definitely yep. Maybe this will have to do it again for it. Okay, so this will give it a much better chance to do it. 5,000 drip points, and then this is going to be quite going in, and well, I know this is going to be a little bit crazier because, well, I'm still taking some stage 3 drip time for it. Well, I know this is going to be quite getting a little bit more hard practice to have the BRC to bring out for some drip trial run. Oh snap, that is very good. Well, definitely so close. Well, maybe I better decline the 10,000 drip points goal for it, but well, anyway, everybody always takes practice to do some drift, but this might be giving a little bit of matter of time. So looks like that might be good earnings to do it. Just want to make sure drifting is always having a lot of fun for it. So looks like let's exit out, and then so I'll be able to get everything set up for it. Just want to make sure to see how much vehicles that I'm about to be used to be marked in blue. Okay, so definitely, well, looks like the Ford GT and the Porsche Cayman, and also the Bugatti Veyron Group 4, and probably the GT5 Citroen Group 3 will be able to be quite putting up for it, because, well, looks like this is going to be quite good to see it. Now, I'll just make sure I'll be able to go and maybe take a little break. Just want to make sure that this will be able to do just fine. So, the third part is going to be able to take a little bit time, so I'll be able to decide to take a little break for it. So, don't go away. I'll just be able to be right back, right after this. Okay folks, looks like I'm back, and then I start making a third clip. So, looks like it's time to get ready to use the Ford GT, and well, I kind of think using the gift card because I just differently use. So, looks like this is definitely all blue set and ready to go. Now, looks like time to go over to Willow Springs for the next round. Well, I kind of think that I really gonna have to do 3 parts of each clips for it, because I might be able to do it much quicker in time as possible for it. But even so, I'm still working on the 150 mile distance goal for it, because this is going to be quite able to be going out to be quite good to be stronger in for. So looks like I might be able to start out with 5 laps, and then this will be able to do it just fine. So I hope this is going to be quite very different if the Honda S2000 joins in for the race. That might be able to climb up to race up against the hypercars for it. So definitely, the Amuse S2000 GT1 Turbo just definitely made a head start, because tune cars are definitely quite very good to keep it in for it, to keep the hypercars away for only a short distance. Looks like the Ford GT is about to be ready to pump up for more, because this will get everything set. So, looks like time to get everything changed up the volume board. Sport Sub Tires is about to get some few more adjustment to it, and probably the balance of performance will be able to do it just fine, unless this will be able to recommend. So I might be able to stick it by default, so this will be able to do it just fine. Now looks like gonna have to change the traction control, and then this will be all good. Now let's get ready for my blue Ford GT and get ready to beat the first place for a moment. Well, definitely I received the first Ford GT as a gift card. Well, I kind of think I changed it up as my custom-made livery for it, because this might be good. So I just reverted back to the original red color, so this might be very good for it. Okay, so it looks like this is going to be good for it. Just starting out for 5 laps of this race. Okay, looks like Sport Mustang is definitely still in the way. Just go for it, and then just make sure it passes the several of the road cars. Dodge Viper comes in for yellow for it. Okay, so it looks like changing different course, so this will be able to do a nice tight squeeze to be able to go through. That might be good, so that might be getting a little bit much steeper closing in for it. Okay, looks like coming out on over to the last turn, so keep turning right whenever you're gonna have to use braking points added. Well, I hope the S2000 always comes by taking first place for it. Okay, keep this straight up and go. Okay, save a little bit of gap space for the SOS, because I'm just trying to go and follow through. Now it looks like I'm on 8th place. 7 more to go, and then the S2000 is still in the lead. We'll be able to go coming in a little hot. That might be very good. Still no sign for the Honda S2000. Well, in which that may be coming in first place. Did the Ferrari just differently overtake? Well, just giving a little slightly check. Now I'm just gonna have to go and overtake the Lamborghini Venio. Looks like definitely just giving a good old time for having a little driving in for it. Seven gaps is definitely going away for it. Well, looks like I'm taking the third lap for a halfway point. Okay, so watch out and okay, a little bump call for sure. Ferrari is definitely in second place. S2000 always comes in first for it. So it looks like put cam time and then this will give it much fine. Well, kind of thing it might adjust the brake balance level just in case for it. So this will be able to go slightly fast in for it. So it also to keep the handling to keep it nice and tight. Okay, looks like there's the S2000. Looks like it always comes in by first. So let's get this tuned car to be overtaken by an American supercar. Just give a little bit more speed closer in and then only 2 laps remain. Because I'm still trying to catch up until he'll be able to be reached up in the 4th lap. What can I say? Supercharged cars can also beat the turbocharged cars to be able to be quite speeder and adjusted to the air turbine. Now, all we have to do is to take some few smooth turns and then this will be all good. Because it's American sports car to do whatever it takes to master the big willow. Now keep it much further in to go side by it. Steady, concentrate, take a little bit of turns on the last corner. Now let's check on the rear mirror and see. Okay, so looks like going a shorter way for a while. Now all I need to do is keep a little bit more adjustment turns to be able to go fly in. The throttle to maintain and stay at the 3rd gear while you're at it. Okay, the S2000 is about to be coming back for only a little bit. Just going to keep a little bit check on the short gap. Okay, so I can just keep a little bit stay on the right and then have the apex go left. then go for one gap distance will be singular for it. Okay, just give me a little bit more short time, and then one checker flag for a Ford GT coming right up. Pretty first place win, folks. That's how it always gets to be. Now, looks like this might be very good for standard earnings to be called in for. Now, looks like this is going to be prepared to make the next attempt aboard. 2 Group 4 cars coming right up. Now, I really guess I might be able to use the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport in the Bugatti Veyron Group 4. So this is going to be quite very prepared to do it. So, practically, I might be able to go with short tracks. So this is going to be quite getting a little bit shorter amount of time. Well, I kind of almost forgot that I'm about to bring out the Dodge Viper GTS probably later on for it. Well, practically, I might be able to save it in for. Now, looks like this is going to be quite getting in to be prepared. So, short track time, and now this will be able to go and start out and make the east course. Will be able to do it just fine. Well, I kind of guess that having Italian tracks will be able to do it just fine. Well, practically, I might be able to go with the Scuba circuit because that might be quite better and easier for it. But I'm saving it for the Bugatti Group 4. Well, kind of think no turning back by now because I'm still using the Porsche Cayman because this is going to be quite very good to see it. Now, looks like this will be able to start out for only a short 5 laps. No Grand Prix, and then just having a little bit of short track will be able to do just fine. Now, let's begin and get everything loaded up. Okay, so it looks like the first turn is going to be going in. Okay, so definitely this will last out for only 5 laps, so you might be able to exit out or definitely change a different course, so I might be able to go in any different laps to be able to choose with. Okay, excellent performance for the Porsche. That might be giving a little bit of flying faster pace movement for it. Slide it in, and he got it until reached up on the final turn. So hit it and then, ooh, a little bit bumpy close for it. That almost gets me a little bit scared. Now, looks like only got 5 more to go. But this is going to be quite very easier for having a professional race. Okay, so definitely the center course layout might be very short for like the opening ring. Well, I think the east section might be very good at it, so this is going to be quite good for the Group 4 cars to race at it. So let me get a Hyperion, go straight at it. looks like the Renault Sport Magnum is definitely trying to catch up with this Trophy Cup car. Well, definitely more similar like the BMW M6, and now looks like the Renault Sport Magnum is definitely the most main topic Group 4 cars ever. Probably that might be able to see which drivetrain vehicles will prove to be strongest. Okay, so keep at it until you might be good for having some smooth handling slide turns. There you go. Looks like 2 laps are gonna be coming in shorter. Now we're gonna have to give a little bit of an increased pace for it. FF cars are definitely quite getting a little bit stronger, and MRs are definitely quite most pro at it. Now 2 yellow cars are definitely quite co-efficient. There, that's better. Now looks like onto the Trophy Cup car to see to make a fine overtake. Okay, let's get a little bit more grab. This might be very good for having a practicing for the final lap of the race, because this is going to get shorter and very longer. Okay, looks like I'm in the lead. Now it looks like this might be good for a 4th lap. Now heading on over to the final lap of the race, folks. This is going to get a little bit slight turn for the Porsche Cayman, because this is going to get a little bit relatively light excitement. Good. The thing my Porsche Group 4 is definitely quite getting the good handling improvement to be stability, to be quite getting a little bit of maintain a prob. Because this will also be gaining a lot of good distance, so it's definitely reach the 150-mile zone achievement, because this will be able to putting on for a special long segment for it. Well, I kind of think this video also contains with adding up a total amount of an hour and a half or 2. So it looks like I should probably have to keep myself, because having a lot of good laps will be able to do just fine for taking a little bit of workout time. Now, onto the braking point for it. Almost there to take some few turns left until you reach up onto the final corner. This will give it a little bit more technique slide for it. Now, looks like it's time for the little last turn for a final stretch for it. Always gonna have to keep it nice and handling for giving those stability, mobility corner for it. Checker flag is gonna be quite confirmed to be first. One simple MR bites the dust. This will be quite very good to keep the speed going on handling for it. Now, looks like no clean bonus needed in for. Just giving some flying standard earnings for it. Now, looks like this is going to be quite good. Now, looks like time to change it up for the next car. Time to bring out the Bugatti Veyron Group 4. Okay, so try not to find a way to scroll down to choose it in for. Ah, there it is. That's where I'm looking for a $1 million supercar and then turn into a race car but only used for 350,000 credits. Now, probably for taking for the next course, so this will be able to do very differently. So I kind of guess that having a little bit of short track could be able to do very mobility for it. Well, I kind of guess that let's go over to Branch Hatch Grand Prix circuit for another 5-lap challenge. This will be just giving a little bit time to do it because, well, still got more chances to do. I might be able to bring out the Dodge Viper for the next round. After this, the GT5 Citroen Group 3 will be the last and final part, so it will be able to do it just for a long time for it. Now, looks like this is going to be better to be changed up for it. Well, I really guess I might be able to change it to default and probably have the setting sheets to be able to be made by default. So, looks like all-wheel drive is definitely quite good. 7-speed transmission, that will be quite very perfectly good. Now, let's get ready for the next round because the Bugatti is ready to take on the track. Okay, so definitely this will be quite very good for it. Interior view is similar to the Vision Gran Turismo Group 1 and Group X, so this might be good for the Group 4, so probably it is definitely quite a works version race modification of for this Bugatti since the Need for Speed shift to Unleashed. Well, I kind of think that this is going to be worked for as a GT4 regulations category type, because this one is definitely a white color with blue design on it. That might be able to go in very fast for it, unlike the original Bugatti, but this race car can also drive better when the wing part goes on. So it looks like this will also to go driving very fast to beat all the Group 4 cars, and this will be good. Because all-wheel drive can also drive better to keep on the lookout for any obstacle corners. But especially the MRs are definitely most tougher. That might be good. Perhaps focusing on the Toyota 86 GT before, that might be able to have a little main lead to catch up for. Now, take a little bit past overtake. Second lap goes in by the count. I'm on the 9th. It's only got overtake 8 to left. Stay on it, and then this will be going on the straight again. The two Renault Sports are definitely quite giving a little bit of strong time to catch up. The Megane Trophy Cup car and the Group 4 definitely stay on the current top position because the other Group 4 cars are really going to have to go and try to catch up for more. handling will be able to keep its vulnerability for it while you're making approaching it by taking some apex. There you go. Now keep more speed up and go. Okay, it looks like third lap time to charm, and then it's going to be a little halfway there. Okay, it looks like the Manganese Trophy Cup car is definitely on third. Guess that Audi TT Cup car is definitely quite going in for it. Now, looks like the handling might be able to keep it just fine. So the speed monitor on the middle of the steering wheel will also keep track of the number of miles. Looks like the Scirocco is definitely still going on for it. Just gonna have to find a way to make a good overtake spot. Okay, there you go. Take the outside turn, just make it in, and then make it near safer on the apex. That will be just very fine to deal with any other racing strategy. Use some fine techniques when you're having some patient time. Just give it a little run thrills, and then this will have to do it. Slide it in, and then go through it and make a little drop focusing on it. Okay, looks like fourth lap is definitely quite going in for it. But this is going to have to do it much better and keep a little bit spare time. Okay, the Audi is definitely still in second place again while trying to catch up to the Renault Sport Megane Group 4. Okay, keep it up. All-wheel drive is definitely quite giving a little bit much stronger handling to be. Better. Now one more, and this is going to be good for my Bugatti. Comes in the first place for a racing event. That's a little bit much better. Small bump to be in this. Now it looks like I'm still currently to wrap up some more, and it looks like final lap is going to be on its way. Okay, now it looks like Fer has to take on the inside of the turn, then just go at it. Looks like Megane is still trying to keep at it. Looks like swoops in, and then first place for the chances. Well, kind of think that the rear cam view is definitely quite giving a little bit of showcase look at it. Just always gonna have to take a little bit of racing surveillance check on it. Okay, so it looks like Fer has to stay on the middle. Megane Group 4 is definitely giving a little bit more time to push harder for it. Just gonna have to keep passive and smooth. Like almost there. Just keep at it until this will be able to do just much better for it. Alright, Bugatti just finally made it in first. Just giving a little bit of fine checkered flag, and it's definitely on its way for the next round. Well, looks like this is going to be quite very easier to be taking a little bit fine simple. But you know, this is going to be quite good for it. Just drive better and then this will be do it just right. And it looks like 158 miles is definitely quite giving a little bit of chance to achieve. Wow, that's a good job for me. So anyway, maybe I'm just gonna have to go for the next round, just giving a little bit of better chance to do so. So I'm really guess that, what else should I do next for it? Well, kind of think I just did for it. Well, maybe let's just gonna go with the Dragon Trail Seaside, and then let's just gonna have to grab the Dodge Viper GTS. That might be part of my racing dream team for it. I almost forgot about it because this is definitely gonna be part of it. Well, I'm talking about the first generation, so this might be good. Hold on a second. Well, I kind of think just having a little bit of small check on it. So I might be able to go with 3 laps, so this might be better for it. But I know guys, but this is definitely just giving a little bit of small check, but don't need to have blame on it, but you also need to do some a little bit small fixes for it. But we'll have to see that this race is going to be quite better than ever to see it. Now let's go for it and give everything set up for the semi-round, for having a little special event for me. Now definitely the S2000 always comes by giving a little bit start. Well, I kind of think that this is quite very difficult to see it. Well, it's still on M400 since I used it in 4. But I kind of think this is going to be quite very difficult to beat the S2000 for it. So looks like time to do a little change of plans. I'm going to soft tires, so this is going to be quite better and easier for it, because the Porsche 911 always has finally got themselves a new rival. Now let's go for it and have this race for an old-fashioned Gran Turismo racing style for the Dodge Viper. This is the only chance this has ever yet to be succeeded, folks. All the blue cars I always liked, and this is going to be quite good for it. But even so, I'm just going to save it for the best, for the most. I kind of think I'm just going to make a full video length long with all the clips in it, because this is going to be quite very good to be prepared for the most of it. Yeah, I'm saving it for the Lamborghini Huracan, the blue color that I just received. Well, it is a special gift. I might be able to keep it in as the best vehicle I'm just going to use. Well, unlike my OC-J2 car, that I just used it from the GT League for only just the first and second time for it. Okay, so it looks like all the cars are definitely going in. That's very good. Okay, so take some time, and then this will make it much easier for it. Okay, just give it a little bit slide pass. Don't want to go freaky looking stunt, and we always do a lot of good tricks on it. Now, time to catch up to the S2000, because this is going to be quite getting a little bit stronger. Second lap, only one more to go. Well, I always remembered that if the TBR Grip 500 can also be in this race, that would be quite very good for the Dodge Viper. Just like good old times, folks, back from Gran Turismo 1 in Grand Valley Speedway. Okay, so definitely the Porsche just definitely beat the S2000. So looks like the S2000 is gonna take some better chances to catch up to the Porsche. Okay, so let's just give it a little bit more chances to do it. Successful S-turn improved handling. This will give it a little bit more power slide turns, and then this will be getting much closer. Kind of think the Dodge Viper finally got as a new replacement rival for the TBR Grip 500. Porsche 911 GT3 RS, of course. That will be quite pretty impressive for it. Bus stop corner, just give it a little bit more slide in. Ready to keep at it. Ooh, going on the A-grip style. That will be good. Final lap, it's gonna be on its way. Well, looks like the Porsche did pretty good handling for it. Dodge Viper takes a little bit chances for giving a little old style trick to do it much better to be a problem for it. Good. Probably have to keep an eye out for it. For the Porsche, it's definitely quite getting a little bit, that's coming stronger for it. I hope the S2000 is definitely be on third place. That will be giving a little bit of top 3 main fastest runners for it. So looks like 5 minutes for giving a good start for it. Now, I really guess that this is definitely for most fast rivalry for the Dodge Viper and the Porsche. This is going to be getting a little bit of pretty impressive for having a little all-out 3-lap challenge. This will be able to do it just fine for having a little one-on-one race for it, or definitely a 6-car challenge will be definitely old school style for it. Now looks like time for a little short final stretch, and then this will be getting much closer. So definitely the next round for the GT by Hyperion is going to be at the Course A layout at Circuit Vicente Clorix. So this is going to have to take a little bit longer than folks. Well, I know it's going to takes forever for it, because this is going to be a very long special event, because this is going to have to take a lot of standard video clips to be able to be made. So, looks like standard earnings might be called in for, and this is going to be quite very simple to be good for. Now time to grab my Group 3 GT by Citroen. So I kind of think I remembered the segment is going to be have all 12 cars will be able to be by made. Okay, so looks like there's my race car. Definitely quite the secondary most is So I'll be able to get ready to go. Now change course, and then we'll be on its way over to Circuit Descenti Clerks, Course A, and now this will be able to race on the evening clear weather condition. Well, I kind of think this is going to be quite pretty good or amazing for it. Just having a little bit of all 12 carb or having a little paper segment for it, because this is going to be quite getting a little bit more excited to be made for. But even though that taking 12 carb or having 12 rounds will be quite very excited to see this will be extended long time for. But you know, the last 2 rounds by using the F1 can also take practice by now, so it's going to have to take some time for it. Now, let's see what happens if I can probably have to beat a lot of Group 3 cars in the BMW M6. So putting up a brake balance level adjustment check, which we'll be able to do it just fine. That might be good. Looks like I'm on the 9th. That will be quite very easier by the start. So, looks like this is kind of getting a little bit much closer in to catch up. New BMWs are always in too late for giving a little head start to check. Good. So this might be able to part A on the circuit experience. So I really guess that the variant layout type is definitely quite very good for seeing it for it. Well, Course C can also start on the left. So I really guess that Course A can also drive a little bit long straight. So keep it sliding steady, then once you're at it, just go to the bridge, and this is going to be your only vintage point for it. Looks like the Ford GT is definitely giving a good hustle rush on it, overtaking on the Nissan GTR. Stay still. Just make sure the apex will see you at the moment. Okay, still going forward. Now it might be able to catch up and do a little bit more draft. TCS can be adjusted back into 1, and then this will be good for it. Okay, 90-degree angle for a final turn. Okay, stay at it. Still currently on 5th place. Trying to make a little chance to go through it. Second lap, and it's definitely keeping up a notch for it. Now it looks like this will be able to go climbed up to be very just farther for the new BMW M6, and this is going to get a little bit much tastier and pacier for it. Okay, so definitely that was a pretty bad turn effect. Okay, so looks like I had to go back again. Just probably made a little mistake. Okay, so Ford GT is back in on 4th place. Definitely the GTR always wants to stay in 3rd place very badly for it. Keep it up. Stay on the pace while you can. Okay, looks like the 9 gap is definitely climbing up to be increasing in, so let's decrease a little bit shorter. Time for a little swoop in, dash in, drive by, and then keep going forward. Okay, so definitely giving a little less power slide to keep it in for. So it has to be keep it in for a little bit steadier for a lot of time. Very good. Looks like 5 gaps is about to decrease. Keep it up. You still got this. Okay, I see them. Looks like this is going to be very much closer in. Looks like the Empower library is definitely coming in first. So it looks like it's time for us to bring the Citroen GT race car to come in for it. Okay, keep up that throttle. That might be able to keep it in. Okay, looks like the Walking Horse Motorsport is now in third. Now time to catch up to the Empower GTE Pro. That's definitely the main focus for each other top Group 3 cars. Stay at it. Keep gear up and throttle and go for it. Then take a little bit of right turn. So this will be good. First place on the lead for the GT5 Citroen, and then this will be quite a maze. Now, all you have to do is to take some few other corners left, see what's left of it. Always gonna have to putting up some few inside turns when you see the apex on it. Okay, take a little bit of left onto the bridge. Better make sure don't want these two BMWs to come back in first, because that's gonna be the hard part for it. Looks like only got 3 more turns to go. We'll always be able to keep it up. Okay, looks like first 90-degree turn we'll be able to do it just fine. Only got one more left. Hope this is going to be a one perfect corner that's definitely going to do it right. Okay, looks like this is it. One-way checker flag victory on the go. Well, looks like this is going to be a prettier race for having a much better time for. So, looks like that was a pretty good first place earnings, and then this will be stacked up for a few more. So, I kind of guess that this is going to be quite very good for it. So, I'll just make sure I'll be exiting out for it. So, I kind of think that's the 11th car that I just used for the segment. So, looks like time to be prepared to have this for one last car. One blue Huracan is coming right up, folks. Yep, looks like blue color is definitely the type for it. Now, this time for the final round of this race. It's been quite very too long, folks. Well, I just always takes break for a few hours for it. So this time, I really guess that taking a race on the Autodrome Lago Maggiore will be quite very excited. But only just used for the last 3 laps. So this is my special gift car that's definitely quite giving the good luck charm for it. So this might be good for having the 3-lap challenge. Always gonna have to be prepared to do it what's best for the best, and this will be quite putting up some penalties on, because this will be able to get reached up to be a 200-mile achievement milestone for it. And also the S2000 GT1 Turbo, this is gonna get a little bit tougher for having a one big race board of all time. Okay, this is it. One last race. Autodrome Lago Maggiore Grand Prix is definitely where it's at. Hope this is gonna have to take one last shot of it. Blue Huracan also gives a little bit of blue chance start. Okay, looks like blue Viper and blue NSX, and also the blue Ferrari was definitely in. Now this time, the 3 blue team is definitely going in. Okay, so this might be good. So this race can also last out for 3 laps. Hope this is going to have to take a little bit more time. Okay, looks like this is good. Now, this time I'll just have to use the interior view to make it go blue fast, then this will be good. Well, sorry for the blue NSX. Now, looks like this will also go straight much further in. S2000 is currently comes in first place, so I should see it. Now, let's just keep at it. Hillside corner is definitely giving a little bit of good handling to steep it in. Okay, watch out. Okay, that was safer, closer in. Now, looks like only got 8 gaps to be able to check in for. Okay, so looks like keeping in for an all-wheel drive vehicle to keep it in nice and simple. Okay, looks like I'm on the 6th. This will be able to keep it in to drive very harder. Okay, GTR Nismo goes straight behind. Now, only have to deal with a few other supercars left. Okay, looks like the LaFerrari is making a little run to catch on the S2000 because this tune car is going to be lined for the main course. Time to give it a little bit more trap overtake, and then this will be catching up to more. Now, looks like time to overtake the LaFerrari first, and second, S2000 is going to be quite good to be successful for it. That Huracan runs alive because he always felt for giving a little technique corners. Now, looks like this is going to be one step closer up ahead. Okay, looks like almost there. Looks like I'm going to make it to catch up to the S2000, folks. There's only got some few other slide turns left. Then, first place Golden is on its way. Well, anyway, this is my very first V-Day gift card that I just finally received. So good thing might be very enjoyable to drive with. So I kind of think might be pretty good. So I could probably have to use it and race it any time for it. But this is going to be quite pretty excited for it because this is separately my blue Huracan. Well, I'm just going to have to keep a little reminder check on the S2000. That might be good. So I only got some few more corners left until going back onto the 400-meter run. Okay, slide it in, keep it harder in. Okay, a little bump might be coming behind a bit. Okay, just give it a little bit much better to extract it in. Okay, so it looks like 8.6, now it's 8.7 miles. Hope this is going to be reached up to 10, so this is going to be a 200 long distance achieved. Well, somehow, I just kind of think having a little bit of practicing temptations because, well, I kind of think this is going to be quite giving a little hard time for. I'm just trying to tell myself that having a little practice race will also give you a little bit more support to keep up for a little total distance. Okay, so that's definitely 10 miles. That's very good. So it looks like almost there. Just gonna have to take one last corner, and then my Huracan is going to be the first place winner for having a wonderful special day event. Let's keep pressing forward, and then the checkered flag is going to be pretty successful. Yeah, that was a pretty good Hero-Contastic victory. That was pretty good. So pretty good to beat the S2000 board. So probably this time, this will be able to do it. So I kind of think 196 miles might be able to do it just fine. So looks like this is going to be good, because this is definitely quite pretty amazing to impressive for having a good day for me. So definitely I just did a total number of cars I just used is 12 vehicles that I just got. So there are definitely quite giving the good choice boards. That might be quite very good. So only got one question for it. So most of you guys think that which vehicle should I did the best for it. But this is definitely quite giving a good pick for it, because it's always everyone's special day for having a good day to have some fine racing event sport. So good thing the Lamborghini Huracan was my only special gift I just received. So this is definitely quite giving a little bit of example check on the GT Planet. So most other GT players can also to log in and receive a special gift card for having a birthday gift. Well, just only one car should be able to be good, but good thing that the blue Kalium color is definitely my good type for me. So this is definitely quite pretty impressive to be amazed for it. So folks, I know this is going to be a long video and I hope you really enjoy it. So thanks for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed for watching this special episode. And please don't forget to click like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. And don't forget the links on the description down below in case if you want to see more, if you're interested in that board. So, looks like I'm about to take a fine 12-round victory celebration. And this is going to be a quite good day for having a wonderful time, folks. So, thanks for watching in, and I'll be able to continuing on for having a little custom race event before I'll getting the historic race car for the next event on the G2 League. So thanks for stopping in, you guys, and I'll see you guys next time to have a good special race event on Gran Turismo Sport. So keep on racing, stay cool.